Welcome everyone to another episode of Rooftop Perspectives. This is Lancescurv, your host, and I just want to make sure I'm angled the right way so you can see the street. No, that's not a green screen or a fake background. I'm actually up on a roof, if you haven't noticed by now. Anyway, I had a glorious day. My voice is 95% back, but since I talk so much like Muhammad Ali, the greatest of all times, I never give my voice a rest. So it's coming back slowly but surely. It's like when it gets a little rest, I beat it back down because I talk so much. But it's good to be alive, it's good to be in good spirits, and it's good to be in a good place where you focus on a goal and you find yourself actually there and all of the pieces moving. It's a beautiful thing. And that being said, I just want to say to everybody out there who might be a little discouraged, a little drained, a little down, that it's going to get that way sometime. I'm not going to sugarcoat it and say that it's not. But if you know about a down, that means there's an up. And if it doesn't seem like you can get up, trust me, you have no place but to go but up. Even if it seems like you don't have the resources, the emotional, mental, physical resources, the financial resources, you will rise. You will rise. You weren't put here to be downtrodden forever. As long as you focus on the right things and focus on the right principles, you'll be okay. We have many people out here who, they don't want to do the work. They don't want to apply themselves. I'm not saying when you're down, it's your fault. It just means that you have to tighten up. And sometimes that's the way the tide goes. You can be going in a certain direction in a sailboat, and the wind and the tide, it pushes you the other way. But you have to think, what adjustments do I have to make this work for me? And sometimes it can just take a day, it can take 6 months, and unfortunately it can take several years. But look at me. I've had all of this stuff inside of me all of these years, and for many decades, I was a regular working Joe, going to a job, punching the clock, and I knew I had more in me. Now, this doesn't mean I'm some great person. It just means now I have the time to pursue my dreams, but if I gave up at any one point, I wouldn't be here where I am right now. And I'm 60 years old next year. And I keep stressing that sometimes you could be 22 and say, man, I didn't reach my goal. I had it for 2 years. You're 22, man, right? Or woman. You could be 30 and it seems like you just don't have the time or the resources and you feel very discouraged. Remember, you could be catapulted to the front of the line in the twinkling of an eye, right? But don't wait for that. If you can't do certain things, learn about certain things. It's like this. I knew several people that at different points in their life, they're not all the same age, there's different instances. I'm going to blur it all in one. If you don't have the money right now to create the business that you want, you can learn about the business, right? You can study it. You can apply yourself. You can become that thing. You can get around people who are in the business. And it was a quote that I heard on YouTube, couldn't tell you who it was, but it was very, very smart. They said, don't start a business that you can't start for free. And I said, wait a second, what are you talking about? And he said, well, if it's something you can't start for free, don't work on that now. Work on something that you can start for free. And he gave an example. What was the example exactly? I'm not getting it right, but I'm just going to give my own version mixed in with his. If you are really good at baking cookies, homemade cookies from scratch, put up a website, right? And divvy out the prices and how much you can get. And you may not have money to ship stuff out, but it may be within a certain geographical area. And you can print up some flyers and put up in the supermarkets, put it up in different business establishments, let them know, listen, I'll make a batch for you for free for putting this out here. Now it's going to cost money to run off a few copies of that. That's still basically free. You may have an order and you get the money for the order through PayPal or through Cash App. Now you have the money to make the cookies. So they're paying for the cookies, but you didn't have them made. And if they want it right away, you have to tell them, listen, it's going to take an extra day. I'm backed up with orders. You have to give this image. So now you get more and more coming in. You do it. You start doing some small catering. Maybe go to a nursing home and give some for free. The people who work there may want to patronize you now to get more of those baked goods for them and their families that come. A birthday party. See how you get yourself in the mix? I didn't know I would be doing all of this stuff at this particular age in a different country, but it took me here because it wasn't even a money thing for me. It was an expression to do artwork. When I started working in the jail, overnights, bored, talking with other COs, but sometimes the conversation wasn't edifying, and sometimes it was. Sometimes I didn't want to be bothered with the low vibrational conversation. Sometimes I was a leader of the low vibrational conversation to tell jokes to make the night go by. I'm well known for that. It was like I was a stand-up up in that place, stand-up comedian. So you do what you have to do, but you have to use this imagination that the Creator gave you, right, to make it. And there's always a way to make it. And one thing, I didn't get this from anybody, it's just a simple saying. And you know, don't like to say the word problem, but I'll say it this time. I always used to say to myself, before I got into using the word challenge, right? Because that's more of an action word. But I used to say, every problem has a solution. You just might not right now happen to know what that solution is, but there is a solution. So I'll say it again in a different way. Every challenge has a solution. No matter where you find yourself, you could be in the street, dirty, homeless, with no food, no money, made something in your pants and whatever. You could find yourself at the worst place. But you have to understand that every challenge/problem, try to get into saying challenge, but every challenge has a solution. It's up to you to find out what it is. It's up to you to keep your eyes open, because I always see in my own life how on a divine level, the answer always comes. It may be something that somebody said on their phone, standing in front of me in the supermarket. Now, I'm not ear hustling them, but if I'm hearing it clearly, they may have had a similar dilemma or speaking on something so completely different, but what they say out of their mouth is the answer to my problem/challenge. And you'll get it, but you have to seek it. And you have to always understand that it's not always going to come the same way. It's not always going to come where you go to a church and sit up and the pastor's going to just say it and it's going to be that easy. It may be something that is a dilemma, and don't think too hard for it. It will come to you. You think a little bit, right? But it will come to you, and keep yourself in a state of meditation where you're open to receive it. You can't say, well, listen, I can't get this problem. I just can't find a solution for it. Well, how are you going to do it if you're in a noisy club, getting drunk, dancing? People know that's not the place for you to be when you have things to do, when you're waiting for your answer. You can go with a friend every now and then if that's what you want to do, and they come into town and you do something. But I find the more you stay in that place of oneness with yourself and your Creator, things come to you so quick. I thought of one line before I pressed the button for this video, and all of this stuff is flowing out, because most of my days are peaceful and tranquil. You see, peaceful and tranquil and focused. And I keep myself in that zone. I'll come out of it a little bit, right? Like today, I've been very disciplined with my spending, disciplined with different things I have to do. But when I went to the supermarket, I saw 2 slices of vegan apple crunch pie. Do you think I walked away from that? Because I wanted that. And see, this is another thing too. We got to go beyond the barriers of being so rigid and this regimen that we have in our life, which is good. But I find a lot of times that individuals I've known that I would praise for being so disciplined, and that control they want in one area, there are other areas that are not in control, and it's something they're fighting against from their past. So that rigidity, when people try to impose that on you to keep you in their cage, reject it. You have a sane mind. You know how much gas is in your emotional, mental, physical, and spiritual tank. You have your odometer and your dashboards in front of you with the different meters. You know what you like. You know when you're going too far, if you're living right. And you do you. And you'll find yourself more and more with a smile on your face as your day goes by. Because lots of times, there may be individuals who are secretly tormented by something, and they want to impose that torment on your mind to make you feel like you closed in, hence the control factor. But no, you don't have those things on you. You may have other things on you that you want to work on, but hopefully you don't try to impose that cage on other people around you. But I'm free. I do what I want to do. I mean, I can't complain about staying up till 9 o'clock in the morning. I know I have to take care of my health, but that's something I want. I enjoyed myself. I had one computer doing my work, another computer, I was playing some interviews. I love documentaries and I love interviews with people who have really made something of themselves sincerely. And it's not because of their money, right? It's because they've overcome certain things. And I love that, right? I love that type of thing. I love that type of vibe. I have no time to sit here and eyeball the person next to me, to the left, to the right, and just get envious on them and come up with some, no. I'd rather be by myself. And this is why I spend a lot of time by myself. Aside from me and Mr. Scurv being together, but I mean, to myself, where it's pure meditation time. And sometimes you might not be able to answer that phone at that particular time because you need to have time with yourself, to yourself, for yourself. Because sometimes individuals who don't want to do their own heavy lifting or don't want to do their homework, what do? They come and they want to dump it on you. Doesn't mean you're not supposed to help anybody. But there's a difference between people who see that you're in this place and they won't leave you alone with it. They want to just keep bringing it. Okay, you're free? Do this for me. Do that for me. But what are you doing for yourself? I know people who have creative projects that they want to do, but, and this was in the past when I was younger, they'd ask me to do something. Then they ask me, I say, wait a second, you're not doing anything on your own project? How are you going to do that? It's something that you got to do for yourself. For me, I pretty much try to do everything. I enjoy every aspect of my platform and beyond. And the new stuff I'm working on that will come out. Always. I live this. I walk around with these little gadgets and stuff like that. I love it. But I have to even take time to pace myself with that. Because the very thing that you love can be the very thing that can kill you also. You see? I can put myself in bad health staying up all night at a time, sometimes not eating. I didn't eat all day when I woke up. Now I woke up late. I only got a little bit of sleep because we have that irritated genie show to do tonight, right? I went to bed 9, woke up 2. I woke up 1, 4 hours of sleep. Got out the house, did what I have to do. Now, I'm not going to cheat myself that much all the time because I'm going to get some good sleep tonight, especially after that show, right? But it's a balance thing because life does happen and things that you have to do. Sometimes you have to drive over the double yellow line sometime. You look and make sure you don't get into a head-on collision, but there's sometimes you're going to have to break the rules logically, as you should, right? But don't let things discourage you. Don't let them knock you down. If I let people, the things they say and try to do stuff to your head, and some people do their juju and that stuff, none of us work. My mind is too strong. I have a purpose, and this is what you got to realize in this earth. There will be people who see your purpose that don't like you more than you can see the purpose for yourself. And for whatever reasons, they don't want to have you succeed in manifesting your purpose. They just might be a single person who just doesn't like to see you rise. They don't like your energy because they're so negative on the inside. There might be a group of secret handshake people that get together. Okay, you try to get them this way. You'll try to get them this way. We can't seem to stop this guy. This guy is still going. Whatever it may be. I know all of it. I know all of it. That's why I move solo. Super solo, right? You won't know certain things you know about me, certain things you won't know about me. I don't care how many years you knew me, I'm not telling it all. You have to have enough wiggle room to do that no matter where you are. But the one thing that I will not let anybody do is break my spirit. Things have been said to you about you that were there to break your spirit, and they might hurt, but you get up and you keep on going. I know that there are many people out there that are just so pissed that my vision and my goals and my dreams are coming true, and as hard as they have put stuff out to the universe to try to stop that, they look damn stupid because I'm right here in 2022, full of hope, happy, and I've mastered certain things that can never go back to those dark places again. So what you gonna do? Feel stupid, right? It's not my problem. If you take the time to be positive for yourself, you wouldn't have the bad karma around you. And this is what happens to people who take lots of time and energy to want to keep you from shining because they feel with their masked low self-esteem, because a lot of these people who look so confident behind closed doors, not even behind closed doors, in their heart, they have low self-esteem. That's not my issue. If that's your issue and you're a cool person, I can help you with that. But if you're an evil person, you got low self-esteem, and your drive to destroy me is because you can't see no damn good in you, or you had an event happen that you would never let the world know that challenged your manhood, and you questioning yourself. So you got to put this shield around you of this alpha this and alpha that. But you're mad because somebody put something in your mouth when you was a kid and you struggling with it. I'm just gonna say it. It is sad. It's sad. But you know, what's even more sad is that we don't peel back the layers to go deep within and rescue that little boy and rescue that little girl and relieve them of the pain that will always be there until you as an adult become your own superhero, your own savior. You understand? So we build on top of a weak foundation or a damaged foundation, and we never feel right no matter how many years we live. We can forget about certain things for a time, but then boom, it happens to us again and again and again. I didn't do it to you. But people will project on other people because they may be envious that they can't detect the same weaknesses on the inside that they have. Man, human beings are so complex. Human beings are complex. But many of us trip ourselves up because the biggest thing that we do to ourselves sometimes is lie to ourselves. We straight lie to ourselves so many times, and that makes problems. And again, I want to thank the Creator for the parents He has given me, a loving home and the focus and support and exposing me to so much. You see, I haven't traveled the world, but I have traveled the world. New York City has every single culture. Astoria, Queens, I found out recently, is the most culturally diverse place on the planet Earth. So even as a child moving about the city when it was a lot safer, and parents who exposed me to museums and the arts and different things in the schools that I've gone to, I didn't have to physically go anywhere. Would have been nice, but I got so much where I am, and to learn the highest to the lowest, the most dignified to the lowest of the street level, to know everything in between in such a condensed fashion. I can't help the way I was made. You know, there are people who have an issue with me. I can't help the way I was made. I'm a servant, and I'm going to take all the tools that were given to me, all the experiences that were given to me, the personality that has developed because of who I am, I guess, and use it all as a strong point to enjoy life, to influence others, and to just do what I do. That came in the box. I didn't have to buy an outfit to convince you of who I am. I didn't have to change my name or whatever. I am who I am. And I'm gonna keep on doing it and feel young and younger as the time goes by, even though my chronological years are going up, and even though the gray hairs that I shave off, they're there. I'm not in denial of that. This is how I do myself, right? But I love myself. I love you. I love this righteous system of nature. And if we can hold hands together and use the talents that we have, instead of being mad at the next person for what they have. When you're watching me, you should be looking within to develop what's unique within you. I've been blessed with multiple talents, and I'm going to use them all strong. And I pray, and I said pray for a long life so I can be utilized for the good and the upliftment. I'm getting hungry, my lips are getting dry, I'm getting out of here soon. But for the upliftment of my people worldwide, because there's a lot going on evil, and I'm not part of that crew on any way. I wish nothing bad on anybody, and by me being that way, karma works for me. Karma is on my payroll, because I'm gonna always shine. And these evil entities, the harder they work, is the more they boost me up. That's why I'm here like this today. Anyway, this is a short one. I got to get ready for the show tonight. Irritated Genie. And salute to my brothers. Much love to my sisters. It's been a joyous time. And there's so much happiness in the air right now. I want to just enjoy it. And I hope to amplify it so we all can have a better day, lots of laughs, and deep sleep. Friday night, Freaky Fridays. Freaky Fridays, y'all. I'll give you the links, and I'll put a little video out there to promote that. Because a lot of us have We hear the shows, we miss them because we don't know where they are. Like tonight's show is not going to be on YouTube, it's going to be on Lancescurv.com. So I got to make sure and do my part. I've been overlooking that part and doing these little shorts and different things to promote it, let you know where to go. I promise to do that so you don't miss these shows. Anyway, I'll talk to you later on. It's been a pleasure, and I'll be back tomorrow with more footage. I got a little surprise out there recording as I walk. A nice long one so you can see some new stuff. Anyway, peace out. Much love. My pleasure. Mwah.